Have you ever tried making use of AI to build a dashboard? No Power BI, no Excel, no Tableau, no Looker Studio, just AI. I'm going to be showing you step by step how you can actually make use of Cloud AI to build a dashboard. No coding required, no DAX functions, just your data set. So the first thing we have to do is we have to go ahead and create an account, right? If you don't already have an account, so you have to go ahead and create an account. Now, to do that, you have to go ahead and agree to this. So this is not necessary. So you just have to agree to their terms of use. So we go ahead to create an account. Now we have the three versions. We have the pro version for $17 per month. And we also have the max version for about $100 per month. And we also have the free version. Now, for the course of this tutorial, we are going to be making use of the free version. Now, to do that, we simply click on Use Cloud for free. Now, it will actually prompt you to download the desktop, right? So we are just going to skip that for now and move ahead. Now, it says before your first chart, a few things you need to know. So add free charts and also we just click on continue. Now for the name, I can simply decide to say Tech Up. Then we say continue. And it will ask for a role. So I can simply go ahead to say, let's click on data science, right? And let's simply say we have our own topic. Now, this is what the cloud interface looks like. Now, we already have our data sets downloaded. Then what we have to do is, before we go ahead to start creating the dashboard, we first need to get a good prompt, right? And to get a very good prompt, we will ask Cloud to get this prompt for us. Now, how do we do this? The first thing we need to do is go over here to add files and we click on add files. Now we click on, this is the data set we are going to be using. So we just click on that data set and say, okay. Now this data set is going to be attached in the video description. So in case you want to build along. Now we have successfully uploaded this data set to cloud. Now what we have to do is we are going to write a prompt that tells cloud to give us a good prompt to create this particular data set. Now, this data set we are working on, it has to do with the male reproductive data set. Now, it tells if the male reproductive data set is functioning properly and the reasons why it is not functioning properly. Now, before we go ahead to start writing the prompts, I want us to analyze the data sets we are working on. Now, this is what the data set we're working on looks like. As you can see, we actually have the patient IDs here. When you look at this, you see that it is a very small data set, right? So we already have the patient ID here and we can see the patient's age. Then here we can see the blood pressure of the patient and we can see the body mass index of the patient, which is the weight. And we can also see smoking. That means if the patient smokes or is a smoker or a non-smoker, right? Then we can also see the alcohol intake if the patient has a low, high, or moderate alcohol intake. Then we can see the exercise rate of the patients. Now we have patients that exercise daily, we have patients that exercise barely, and we have patients that exercise maybe 3 to 5 times a week or 1 to 2 times a week. Then we have the testosterone level, right, which is the male reproductive hormones, right? So as you can see, this is then we have the blood sugar level, I think. Now this tells us the blood sugar level for the patients. Then we have the stress level, which can be medium, low, or high. Then we have how many hours the patient sleeps daily. So we have patients that sleeps as high as 8.2 hours daily. And erector function, so how the patient erection functions. Then we also have the panel pain. Then we have urinary. Then we have the overall reproductive system, where we have the healthy, moderate risks, needs attention. Oh yeah. So this is actually what the data set is about. It's a maybe productive health data set. So we go ahead to just close this and continue with the prompt. Now for the prompt, we are going to tell Cloud that this is a data set. I have uploaded a data set that has to do with the male reproductive organ health. I want you to act as a senior health care analyst and BI developer. Thoroughly, thoroughly analyze this data set, thoroughly and carefully analyze these data sets. I want you to give me a prompt to design a an executive level dashboard. Sorry, an executive level interactive dashboard for these data sets. The data sets should have an image, should have an attractive, should okay, the data set should have a very attractive image of the male reproductive organ visibly sitting at the left side of the dashboard. The dashboard size should be the normal, the standard Power BI dashboard size. Dashboard size. Only major KPIs should be shown and displayed at the top of the dashboard. At the top of the dashboard, KPIs should be visible, and all other graphs and text should also be visible. I want this dashboard to be very attractive and tell the right story. Give me the prompt for this. Carefully and calmly examine the data sets, and give me a powerful prompt to build these data sets using AI agents. Now we have successfully written this prompt. I'm going to be leaving this prompt in the description of the tutorial. Now we are just going to go ahead and feed this prompt to Claude AI, and we wait for it to generate the prompts. So it's going to take it a while to read through the CSV file and generate a prompt for us. So we just have to wait. Okay, now, so Claude AI has successfully given us our prompt, right? Now, this is what we are going to do. We are simply going to be copying these prompts and pasting it back to Claude AI for it to build our dashboard for us. Now, let's go ahead and copy the prompts. Now, what we have to do is we just go ahead and copy the prompts, okay? And copy it to this level, and we just go ahead and copy, right? Now, we can simply go over here to create a new chart, right? Now, this is a new chart. And what we have to do is we simply paste the prompt we have copied, right, to this particular new Claude AI chart, and we simply feed it to the AI and watch it do the dashboard development. Now, it has actually successfully created an interactive dashboard for us. Now, let's go ahead and view this. So to view this, we can simply come over here to download this. So we can simply download this. Then we can simply move this here to view it properly. Now, this is what our dashboard looks like, right, as designed by Claude AI. Now, if we want to switch things up or change anything, we can simply go over here and write what we want to change. Now, let's say, for example, we want to change this image right here. What we can simply do is we can simply go over to Canva. We can simply go over to Canva. So we can simply go over to Canva and let's click on create a new design, right? Now we can simply make use of, so let's say we are trying to create a new design, and let's say the design we are trying to create, the size is social media posts. Let's just say posts. Let's just say social media, right? Now this is 1080 by 1080. Now that's the size of the canvas we want to use. So we can simply go over to elements. So we are looking for May reproductive system. Now let's say we want to actually make use of this image. Now what we are trying to do is we are trying to replace this image with this image right here. Now when you look at this, you will see that I'll be unable to use this image because at the moment I'm not using a Canva Pro account, but there is a way around it. We are going to be using AI to generate something similar to this particular image. Now, firstly, let's look at if we can download this. So let's go ahead and download this. Okay, now we can't download this because it's also a premium image. Now, what we can do is we go on our computer and make use of snipping tool. Now, once that snipping tool comes up, what we have to do is we go over here to cut out this image. Then we can go ahead to save this to our computer. Okay. Now, the next thing we can do is we can simply go ahead to generate this image with ChatGPT. I actually prefer using ChatGPT to generate images. So we can simply upload the image we copied from Canva here, and we give a prompt to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to go through this image carefully and generate this exact image for me or something better than it. I want the image to look very real and alive, like it was an actual real life image of the male reproductive system. Give me this image as a PNG, file. Now we go ahead to upload this and wait for ChatGPT to actually generate the image for us. So now ChatGPT has successfully generated our image for us, right? So as you can see, the images are looking quite similar. Just the only difference is that this is looking a bit real. Now, after we have finished generating the image with ChatGPT, the next thing we have to do is feed that image and the dashboard we created to Cloud with a prompt to actually update the dashboard with that image we created using ChatGPT. Now let's go ahead and do that. Now we have uploaded the image and the dashboard that was generated by Cloud to ChatGPT. Now what we have to do is we are going to give Cloud a prompt, right? Now this prompt I shared two files. One is the PDF dashboard, right? And the other is a male reproductive system PNG image. Replace the male reproductive image on the left side of the dashboard with the image I provided. Also, update the dashboard color to be more vibrant and clean. So let's just go ahead and do that. So we'll wait for Cloud to actually make the updates. So Cloud has successfully generated the dashboard for us. So let's just go ahead and download and view what it looks like now. This is what our current dashboard looks like. So as you see here, it has already, as you can see here, it has actually updated the image with the image that we provided in our prompts. And when you check here, I think it also updated the color to be more vibrant. So this is actually what our dashboard looks like right now. So this is how you can actually create this dashboard using Cloud, ChatGPT, and Canva. If you found this video helpful and interesting, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share.